Recording an actual.
You're listening to episode 113 of Fresh Floppies. I think I lost count. Don't worry about it. Shut up.
This is the first recording that we did.
Yeah. Don't take us to task on that. What's up to our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the Geek Nation? This is Fresh Floppies, a show where Jeremy and I, and sometimes Noel, say hi, Jeremy.
Hi.
Say hi, Noel. He's
Get
gone.
it.
He can't. Where we talk about this week's comic books without spoilers. So, quit your belly aching.
You can ache a little bit, just don't make it our problem.
That's true. Yeah, you know what? Enjoy your bellyache. Just don't tell us about it. Oh, you know what? We have some business from the last episode that we should talk about.
Business.
Some business. Let me put on my business socks. We've some comments from YouTube. One from Twisted Dreams says, "Where can you find Red Hood? I can't seem to find it anywhere."
Oh,
we
no.
We reviewed Red Hood #1 last week before we knew that it was getting canceled and then erased from all history, apparently.
How do we go full throttle until the answer, or do we skirt around it?
No, we'd go for
Okay.
The writer made some choice words on Twitter or Blue Sky or social mediums about
platform.
CK and how he's no longer with us.
And the Bang Bang.
And the CK and the Bang Bang. Well, that's a good band name.
That's a great ska band.
Yeah. Please don't cancel me, Disney. And so I guess Marvel was like, "Oh, we don't like that you said these things, even though we hired you knowing full well that you say these things on Twitter. Now we're going to be upset and fire you. And not only fire you from Red Hood, the book that you're currently writing, we're also going to tell retailers to not sell the copies that they do have, and that we're going to refund the retailers the money that they spent for issue 1. And then you're supposed to destroy all copies, which all seems a little aggressive to me."
I have such mixed feelings because on one hand, and again, trying not to delve too deeply into my opinions of everything, on one hand, you should generally be allowed to say things. On the other hand, people do need to be held responsible for their actions. And also, when you know that you're connected to a massive company now whose only concern is money and PR, I'm not saying that they were necessarily dumb to say those things, but given what's potentially at risk, like it seems like a risk that they took, and it unfortunately backfired.
Yeah, they took a stand.
But it was definitely a risk.
An aggressive stand.
They did.
And then lost. I don't think that she cares.
That's honestly
from what I can
totally
tell.
valid.
What I can tell afterwards, she was like, "Yeah, all right. I stand by what I said.
Yeah.
Bye."
And I mean, look, whether you agree with certain people on certain things or not, at least people who stand with what they said are better than people who walk back just because they got pressured. So.
Yeah. So anyway,
anyway, you're not going to find it.
Twisted Dreams. Yeah, you're not going to find it. It's a shame. And then Cymorg's in the chat saying this was so disappointing. It was so on brand for Red Hood too.
Dude, that's what I was thinking.
That's something Red Hood would tweet.
It's also ironic that it is, like, not to make light of the situation, but the one DC character that would just shoot someone in the face.
Yeah.
And it's like, and what first ongoing, not red band, but what do they call it? Like mature.
Yeah.
So it was like of all series to cancel because of a situation like this, it seems ironic that this was the series.
Right. I could understand if they were writing like, I don't know,
Superman.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then there was another comment. Because you and I are pretty dumb sometimes, and
mostly
at least when it comes to certain things. And Thor, we were reading Mortal Thor #1 a couple weeks back, and his name is Sigurd Jarlsson.
Oh, and we didn't know how to pronounce it, I assume?
Well, we didn't know how to pronounce it, first of all. I still don't. I probably messed that up. And I was like, what a strange name to choose. It doesn't really roll off the tongue as far as, like, marketing and Thor and all that other stuff. It turns out, Many Note says Sigurd Jarlsson is the name Thor used for his civilian persona during part of Walt Simonson's classic run instead of Don Blake. I only know the Don Blake persona.
I didn't know there were any personas.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, Thor came to Earth, and he would turn into another dude, Don Blake, and Don Blake had a walking stick. And if he banged a walking stick, it would transform him into Thor, and then the walking stick would become Mjolnir.
Oh.
And apparently, one of his other personas was Sigurd Jarlsson. So this is hearkening back to the Sigurd Jarlsson persona in
That's
Mortal Thor.
Dope. And it definitely
1.
feels a lot better to call him that than Don Blake. Don Blake feels like a very Western name.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I don't know where the line is drawn between Eastern and Western when you talk about cultures, but it sounds like an American name,
yes,
Don Blake, as opposed to
for sure
whatever
then Swedish
area. Swedish? Guys, we don't know things. In case that was unclear.
Yeah, I think it's clear now.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you so much for making comments. Thanks everyone in the chat. And we're going to get started with Robert Kirkman and David Finch's Skinbreaker #1 from Image Comics. And this is a brand new series. If you're looking for a jumping on point, is this the one? Jeremy? Question mark?
Well, I mean, yes, it is. The reason I chuckle is because when it comes to pretty much anything other than DC or Marvel, if you see #1, you can almost always just pick it up and be fine.
Yeah.
Because especially from Image and other like creator-owned publishers or creator-owned books from other publishers, they're not in like big, massive timelines or big-ass stories. Like occasionally you might pick up something that's a continuation of a story that someone wrote that someone wrote like years ago. But even then, you're still probably safe to pick it up. So anyway, short answer, pick up Skinbreaker.
Did you like it?
Oh yeah, I did like it. Sorry, I gave that part away. Did we talk about from Robert Kirkman and David Finch?
We did. Yes.
Cool. I wasn't listening to you.
This is an 8-issue series, and for anyone concerned that David Finch might take too long to get all of the issues out, already drawn. The whole 8 issues is already finished. They've been working on this for 8 years.
Is that something that he's known for? It's taking forever?
Well, I mean, especially if you look at the artwork in this book, it's
the landscapes
bonkers.
And environmental art. It took me so long to read this book because it took me so long to visually absorb everything, and I mean that in the best way possible. Like nothing is out of focus, nothing is pushed far to the background. Every detail is clearly excruciatingly drawn and considered, rendered. And the art is amazing, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a big Finch fan. Normally I think his work is a little too muddy and dark, but boy, this is next level David Finch. This is awesome. This is really, really fun. They are aliens, and they are a culture that basically it's survival of the fittest, and they have a chieftain, and that chieftain is getting a little too long in the tooth, and
that means old.
Old, yes. And his son, everyone keeps pressuring his son, be like, you need to murder your dad to take over this tribe. Otherwise, someone else we don't want is going to murder your dad and take over the tribe.
Yeah.
It is very, I would say, Native American coded.
It is. Yeah, I suppose. To be clear, when we say alien, it's just alien as in not human.
Yeah.
Like they are some cross between orcs and elves, and just to put a vision in your head.
They're humanoid.
Humanoid, for sure. Yeah. They just look like, insert D&D barbarian type class.
Yes.
And yeah, they're very, like, a lot of things they do are based around rituals and habits and practices and such, which also one of the rituals plays a big part in this book as well. But yeah, the main concern here is who's going to take over for their current chief, and is it going to be good guy or bad guy? But good guy doesn't want to do it because he's a good guy and doesn't want to kill dude.
Doesn't want to kill his own pops.
Yeah.
This was very good.
It was very, very good.
I really like this. And another cute little tidbit about the artwork is that David Finch drew this at like 4 times the size. So each page is excruciatingly detailed.
I have a question.
Tell me. Or ask me.
They're releasing treasury editions for each issue.
Yes.
Can you clarify what a treasury edition is? Because I don't know.
A treasury edition is something that looks more like this.
Oh, okay.
A treasury edition is, for anyone who's just listening and not watching, is a much larger, it's like 11 by 17 printed. It's
gotcha.
Basically, I want to say drawn at the size, or I'm sorry, printed at the size it was originally drawn.
Okay. Oh, do artists typically draw at that size? Is that like the way?
Yes, comic books are drawn at 11 by 17 per page, and then they are shrunken down to your comic book size.
I did not know that.
Yes. It helps to
that makes perfect sense.
Make everything a little crisper and a little bit look a little bit more detailed. Not here though. This is so detailed, it's insane.
Yeah.
I would almost think drawing it this detailed, this big, and then shrinking it down would make it too
cluttered.
Yeah. But God,
like you would lose
really
some of the
good.
definition.
It is really nice looking.
But no, it's fantastic.
It's gorgeous. I say this is Fresh AF Skinbreaker.
Oh yeah, 100%.
This is not something
Fresh
I was
AF.
looking forward to, even
This is
though I
something
like
I was
Kirkman.
looking forward to.
Yeah. You were.
I forgot to put it on my sub list, but I was looking forward to it.
Yeah. So highly recommend if you're looking for a new jumping on point of a new series, Skinbreaker, do it. I don't know. Summer of Superman
continues
with Superman number 30, Legion of Darkseid Part 3, and this is by Joshua Williamson, who's been writing the really, really good Superman series for the past 30 issues. And it says, it is Dan Mora. And this continues the All-In storyline that's been going on since the All-In special, maybe a year ago, if not a little bit more. And this is starting to bring together all of the Darkseid and Absolute DC stuff.
Yes.
So these two books, Superman 30 and Justice League Unlimited number 11, both in your local comic shops right now with today's release date, they go hand in hand, and they both end at the exact same point.
Yes, which I actually loved. Trying not to talk about two books simultaneously because it could be confusing, but both Superman and Justice League Unlimited, the last page and a half are the exact same situation that we ended in. So everything is very clearly converging. And I know we've said it 1,000 times, but for those uninitiated, this event is merging with a secondary universe in DC right now called Absolute, which has a whole line of books.
Yep.
And all we really know is that the main All-In storyline timeline is connected to the Absolute timeline somehow.
Yes.
We don't really have details, but we're finally getting hints of how things are coming together. And I'm glad they're doing it now, because I will say I think I'm starting to get a little bit tired of this event connection thing. Not because it's bad, just because it's a lot to keep up with.
Sure. Yes. And I, as a retailer, I don't know what to give people. Like, if people are into Absolute, do I start telling them maybe they should check in on this? Because there's literally the Absolute Superman.
Page 2. We're not ruining anything for you. But
Absolute
we
Superman,
get a glimpse of, and then no one mentions them by name. No one talks about who they saw. But we do see a quick glimpse of Absolute Superman, so we know for a fact that these things are connecting.
Yeah. I think this is really fun. I like both of these books. I'm really enjoying Superman and Justice League Unlimited. So I had a blast with this, and I like that they both tie in at the very end there. I think that's pretty fun.
Yeah, me too. I love that. I wouldn't put it fresh AF if only not because these individual books are not great, but just because, like I said, I'm suddenly finding myself getting a little mentally overwhelmed of okay, how did this specific thing happen again?
Yeah.
Or how did this character get this way? There's just a lot of details I'm losing as this goes on longer and longer.
It's on the cusp of becoming unwieldy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just it is just a scooch under fresh AF for me, because I'm just I'm struggling a little bit.
Yeah. No, not for me. I think this is fresh AF. I'm really having fun with this. I like it a lot.
Fuck you too.
I guess we should also talk about Justice League Unlimited number 11.
Yeah.
All Hell Breaks Loose. This is by Mark Waid and not Dan Mora. This is Giandomenico, who is also awesome. I like his work a lot as well.
Important to point out that this Justice League Unlimited issue also claims to be the prelude to DC KO.
Yes.
Which is a continuation of this whole event coming up in a couple weeks.
DC KO is the big event coming, and this is, for some reason, this says prelude to DC KO, but Superman does not. It still has that Summer of Superman banner.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is another one. But this is what's happening on the Watchtower. Superman was about Superman saving Booster Gold and going up against Superboy Prime, who I love, especially now that he's sort of a meta Deadpool-esque character where he knows about story and comics, and I think he mentions a comic book writer by name.
He does
in this, which was fun. But then Justice League Unlimited is more about the Justice League Watchtower and what is going on there when the Legion of Darkseid shows up to wreak some havoc. And this is this also very good.
Also very good.
This was great. I think both of these books are a lot of fun. And I'm a sucker for tie-ins that are books that connect like this. This is how things used to be, and I really like that.
I also do really appreciate that where, for the most part, these events, or this event, singular, is just taking place in these two books. As opposed to, I feel like Marvel will just shotgun events and like give you 18 books to read if you want to know everything. But other than like if you want to keep up with Absolute, this all-in event is just Superman and Justice League, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I very much appreciate.
I'll back that up. Yeah, highly recommend. Are you guys enjoying Justice League Unlimited, Superman? Are you reading it? If you're reading the Absolute books, I think it's a lot of fun. Fresh AF for me, for both of them, and barely under Fresh AF.
Barely under Fresh AF. If we round up, it's Fresh AF. I just have small complaints.
Fresh as heck. Fresh AH.
Freshest.
What do you get? What should I'll go.
Do Detective Comics.
Batman in Detective Comics number 1101, The Courage That Kills begins here. And this is Tom Taylor and Mikel Janin. And I love Tom Taylor so much. He has written one of my all-time favorite Nightwing runs. He just finished that up last year, and then he jumped right over to Detective Comics to write the Batman, and that has been getting a lot of flack on the social medias.
Batman has?
No, Detective Comics.
Oh.
Because it was revealed in the previous storyline that Joe Chill... Do you know who Joe Chill is?
It rings a bell.
Joe Chill is the shooter who killed Martha and Thomas Wayne in the alley.
That's a dumb name.
Joe Chill. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay. Loser.
I just like to argue with you.
That's fair.
So Joe Chill was the person who killed his parents, and then his daughter, Bruce starts to have romantic relations with, and people are so mad that Tom Taylor would have Batman in a relationship with Joe Chill, his parents' killer, which I don't understand because she did not kill his parents. I could understand if she killed his parents, but
yeah,
it's just she's the kid.
It's just a woman at that point. Like
it's just somebody,
just random person
who has nothing to do with what her dad did.
Yeah,
so strange.
Unless she's like defending her dad in every conversation, being like, "No, actually, your parents deserve to be shot."
You know who
then we have
I'm
an
glad
issue.
are dead.
Yeah,
your parents. Oh boy, did my dad do a service to the world.
You know who my hero is? My dad.
You know what? That was actually Take Your Daughter to Work Day. I killed your parents. So yeah, I think people just like to be upset online.
Me too, honestly.
But anyway, The Courage That Kills begins here is a new jumping on point. Highly recommend.
Oh, nice.
If you're looking to get into some Batman, as if there isn't enough Batman on the shelves.
To be fair, there's less Batman than Superman right now. So.
And this has, what's his name? Mr. Terrific. So if you're on the Mr. Terrific kick from the Superman movie, you could jump in on this. And this is a straight up detective story. It is Detective Comics has a detective story in it.
This dude detects.
It's a mystery that he must solve. And I love Batman solving a mystery more than I like Batman punching poor people. That's like
only poor people.
Only poor people. He only punches the poor.
That's true. You're right.
And this is great. I really like this. I like when Batman is actually solving a mystery. Basically, a ship shows up with 42 dead people on it, all dead from different. They didn't all die at the same time, and no one seemed to make a move to get off the boat or help themselves. But there are corpses decaying at different rates. Like someone died a while ago, someone died more recently, but no one seems to have tried to escape the ship for some reason. So yeah, I really like this. Highly recommend. Fresh AF, Batman and Detective Comics, 1101.
A jumping on point.
A jumping on point, yeah.
We love points that jump.
Wow. We're blowing through this week.
We're just excited. It was some good books.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I get a little nervous that we are not shitting on books more because people like, oh, what do they call it when you just simp? You're just like simping for all the books. And it's like,
yeah,
but these were all good.
The thing is, though, we're not in this necessarily to critique. We're in this because we enjoy comic books.
Yeah.
So, like, I think inherently we're going to try to find the positive, but also...
But if there's things I don't like...
Yeah, but also there's just, like, not a lot to actually hate right now.
Right.
Like, we've had plenty of books that we were both like, meh, it's fine.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think I might be on the fine fence with books a little bit more frequently than you, if only because sometimes I feel like there are portions that only seasoned comic book fans will appreciate of certain books.
Sure.
And I'm like, for me, meh. But for you, you get it, and that's fine.
Oh, right on. I get that. Also, peek behind the sausage.
My sausage.
We tend to pick the books we're excited to read.
That's also true.
We're like, what should we do? What are you excited to read? We'll read these. So yeah, Escape #2 by Rick Remender, Daniel Acuna. Noel on the show had read the.
This is #1.
This is #2.
Yeah, to clarify, a reprint of #1 has also come out this week.
Which is, I love when they do that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Rick Remender and Daniel Acuna. This book, Noel had mentioned on the show before it even came out, because we got a reader copy of it. He read it, gushed about it. His review made me read it. I read it, gushed about it. And now you have read 1 and 2.
I've read 1 and 2.
What did you think?
Oh, I think it's great. It's fantastic. It is... I don't know why when we initially talked about it, I imagined it being a somewhat more zoomed out story. Like, the story is more personal to one person than I anticipated it being. That's not a bad thing. It was just slightly against my expectations. Very, very good, though. It is a story focused on one soldier in what is clearly a World War II scenario.
Yeah.
As we previously mentioned, all characters are anthropomorphized. The good guys, the bad guys, the leaders, all of them. So there's no, actual claim that this is a World War II story, but it just very obviously is.
Yeah.
And we are focused on one character. Issue 1 is zoomed in on a specific mission that this character is conducting, while issue 2 is more of a who was this character before the war type thing.
Yeah, it's a flashback.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't expecting.
Neither was I.
But I was like, oh, nice. We get to find out a little bit about this dude. Basically, in the first issue, he is sent on a mission with a whole crew of soldiers to do a thing about a tank. And that does not go well. And he finds himself behind enemy lines, shot down without the rest of his crew, and trying to complete the mission without his crew, without his, what are they called? His...
Squad,
or without his squad.
Some other military term that neither of us know because we're betas.
I'm a beta cuck.
We don't know anything about the military.
Yeah,
we just read about violence.
But man, this is really good.
It's so good.
I kind of have. It's like JD Candy. I really like World War II stories. There's something about it, and there's something about. I think it's. I hate war, right? Yeah. I'm not super into the military,
right?
But with a clear cut bad guy, I can get behind it. Like, if you're fighting Nazis, I can get behind that.
Yeah, I don't really have questions about or moral qualms. Although I will say, issue 1 does bring up some moral qualms.
Yes, it does.
From the perspective of the quote-unquote good guys.
Yeah.
So...
They make a decision that is like, holy shit, that is...
Yeah.
That is a difficult and horrible decision you've made.
There are questions to be asked. But generally speaking, I do agree where it's like... Oh, one side is pretty clearly good. One side is pretty clearly bad.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about like where we stand on that.
But yeah, I was really impressed with the first issue and how they dealt with a really terrible decision that the Allies make.
It was honestly potentially the best part of the issue. Was just that decision making, and it happens pretty early on too. So they set the tone very quickly.
Yeah, and this is awesome. This is him behind enemy lines trying to complete the mission by himself. And then there is a flashback to how he got here, to the person he was before he met his wife and she became pregnant, and then the person who he becomes. And I think this is expertly done.
It is so good.
This is the best Daniel Acuna art of his career, in my opinion. It's just such a gorgeous goddamn book. It's like with the David Finch earlier with Skinbreaker.
Yeah.
This is not quite as detailed, like overly detailed as maybe Finch's work, but it's so expressive. The colors are fantastic.
Yeah, I was going to say very expressive faces, especially considering they're all animals.
Yes.
Like it was very impressive.
Yeah, man. I think Escape might be my favorite miniseries that's going on right now. This is the book that I, tell everybody about when they're in my shop. If it seems like they might be interested in a war story, this is so good. I'm not a huge Rick Remender stan, but it's a little hit or miss for me with his work. But this is pure hit. This is awesome. This is the fresh AFist.
Yeah.
Of this week for me.
I think
Escape.
With this week between Escape and Skinbreaker, it's a very good week for Image.
Yeah.
If you're just rolling in and you don't know what to follow with DC or Marvel, don't worry about it. Pick up Image today.
Yeah, grab an Escape, grab a Skinbreaker. What else is coming out this week that you're interested in reading? Oh, you didn't get around to it.
No. What?
The Immortal Legend Batman.
Oh, no. 2. Did you read that?
No.
Oh. So Immortal Legend Batman issue 1 came out last month. It is a very... we figured out the term and forgot the term.
Yeah.
A manga-esque story in the style of things like Power Rangers, where I don't know. There's a word for it, and I forget what it is.
It's a Japanese word.
It's a Japanese word. But honestly, if you're into Power Rangers and manga-style stories, yeah, I think you'll very much enjoy it. Issue 1 actually has a Western sci-fi vibe to it too, which is nice. But anyway, issue 2 just came out this week.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I really like the designs of that book.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, speaking of manga, The Innkeeper from Antarctic Press.
That looks cute as hell.
Doesn't it? A mysterious investigator arrives in the town of Sundweller, hoping to uncover the source of a series of missing person cases with the unwilling help of a townie. But not everything is as it seems in this happy little town, which has its other dark secrets. This looks really cute. It's a black and white manga, but in comic book size, comic book dimensions. And there's just something about the cover that makes me want to read it. It looks kind of adorable. And I like a good mystery, so hopefully it'll be worthwhile.
Personally, I'm looking forward to we're getting the beginning of the X-Men event, the Age of Revelation stuff, which I wanted to read that issue for this, and I didn't get around to it. But X-Men number 22 has a banner on top, Dawn of the Age of Revelation. So we're finally getting that kicking off pretty soon. I think like this and maybe one other X book are sort of doing the prologue type thing. And then I think in another month or two, we're getting like fully in the event, if I recall correctly.
As a retailer,
yeah,
I feel like I shouldn't say I have absolutely no interest in the Age of Revelation. I was not reading The Age of Apocalypse when that came out in the 90s. It just wasn't for me. I did not care.
Yeah.
And so this whole thing is another one of that, where all of the X books are taking a hiatus, and all of the new books are going to be Age of Revelation tie-ins. And that it's so unwieldy already. There's so many books.
Yeah.
And it gives me agita just thinking about it. Like I wouldn't know what to read. There's too many titles.
That's unfortunately just the general vibe of X-Men as a whole, is like they push out so many X books that you don't always know what you have to keep up with. For some reason, when I started reading comics, I decided I was going to be an X-Men person, and I'm doing my best. It's tough.
Yeah.
And on one hand, the event is very overwhelming, but on the other, I think going into it with the idea of if I get like 2 months in and I'm like, okay, this is just getting to be too much and it's not worth it, then I'll just take them all off my list, pick it all up when we're done with the event. I'm just hoping that it's not like that.
Have you been enjoying X-Men?
I have been.
Yeah?
I've been enjoying X-Men. I've been enjoying Uncanny X-Men.
Those are the two that I would focus on.
I agree. Yeah. There is also Exceptional X-Men and...
Oh, that's right. Exceptional, the Kitty Pryde book.
Yeah, Exceptional X-Men is Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost teaching some new mutants. That is a pretty good book. I would put it firmly at like a number 3 of the 3 I just mentioned.
Yeah.
What else is there? There was NYX that got canceled, right?
Yeah. Yep. There was a couple of them that got canceled.
Yeah, there was a handful of X books that got canceled. But the 3 main and potentially only ones, well, the 3 main books that aren't focused on one character. An individual character.
Yeah, because there's like Phoenix, there's
Magic,
Psylocke, Magic, etc.
Yeah. So there's a lot of X character books.
Yeah.
But I think the only real X books are X-Men, Uncanny X-Men,
and
Exceptional X-Men.
Yeah.
I think Uncanny is number 1 for me. X-Men is number 2. Exceptional was probably number 3.
I'm also looking forward to Black Cat number 2.
Me too. I'm also looking forward to Black Cat number 2.
She's going to be a superhero. She
is
has changed her stripes.
I also want to read Mortal Thor.
Oh, yeah.
The last issue was pretty good.
I got to catch up on Wonder Woman. Goddamn.
Also, I'm seeing Vox Machina Origins on the shelf.
Oh, Ultimate Hawkeye. That is not Ultimate Hawkeye on the cover.
Why not? It should be.
This is the Gooner cover, apparently.
Who is that?
She's a bad guy. She's a bad lady in a dominatrix outfit.
It's just, what? That's so not even attempted to be disguised fetish. I'm very confused as to who that character is.
Well, you have to read it to find out.
I'm not going to do that.
It's written by Dennis Camp, who's great. He's been writing the Ultimates, which is awesome. Look at that. Someone shows up that I won't spoil. So yeah, I'll check that out. I like Dennis Camp. Oh, if you are reading Ultimates and you like Dennis Camp, highly recommend Assorted Crisis Events. It is so good. It is I want to say image book, and it is basically, if we took the rules of superhero comics where there's a crisis or a multiversal event every week, but how it affects regular people. It is so good.
Oh, really?
It's so good. Highly recommend Assorted Crisis Events.
I did not know that.
By Dennis Camp. Yeah. Get on it. If you're looking for an image book, that's the one.
Is that a new one?
Yeah, it's in a trade paperback. Just came out in a trade.
Nice.
So good.
The reason we keep looking over there is because that's where all the new books are.
Yeah. I guess that's it. We did it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, there's also the Twilight Zone #1, which I'm going to check out.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the old Twilight Zone. All right. We did it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Don't forget to join us. Actually, not me. Join Jeremy and Noel on the live stream, 8 o'clock p.m. Wednesday night. Tonight. They are going to be talking about Alien Earth, all 8 episodes of Alien Earth. I won't be there because I'm having a vet come to my house to murder my cat because the poor guy's not doing well. So
we like keeping the vibes up here.
Yeah. Who's into cat murder? This guy. So, yeah, we have to put Tiger Durden is his name, and he's been our buddy for, 14 years. He's such a little cutie. But he's not doing great, so we're going to put him down. Have a happy new comic book day, everybody. Send me money. Send me sad money.
Give me money instead. Give me money to keep my cat alive.
Just Venmo me, PayPal me. Be like, here's for your dead cat.
That's fair.
All right. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, guys, and we'll talk at you later. You're supposed to do it.
Wait, do I do it at the same time or after you?
The same time. Thank you. Bye.